What if the thing that saved you was not a miracle, not a medicine, not a mentor minus, but a pen, a blank page, and the quiet honesty of a heart turned toward Allah? This is the story of a woman who lost everything that mattered, her confidence, her peace, her sense of purpose, and how, in the stillest hour of the night, she discovered a practice that changed her from the inside out in just 30 days. Before we continue, ask yourself right now, when did you last sit alone with your own thoughts and truly listen to what your heart was saying? Drop your answer in the comments below. In a busy city, where everyone seemed to be moving forward, there lived a woman named Miriam. She was 35 years old. She worked as a school teacher. From the outside, her life appeared stable, a steady job, a kind husband named Bilal, a modest home filled with the aroma of chai every morning. But inside, Miriam was quietly falling apart. She woke up each morning feeling hollow. Not sick, not sad, in a way she could explain, just empty, like a vessel that had forgotten what it was meant to carry. She would lie in bed long after far, staring at the ceiling, telling herself she would get up in just one more minute. Then 5 minutes, then 10. She had stopped reading Quran regularly. She rushed through her prayers without presence. She smiled at her students, smiled at her husband, smiled at colleagues, and came home exhausted from the effort of pretending. Her husband Bilal tried to reach her. "Miriam, are you okay?" he would ask gently. "I'm fine," she would reply. She was not fine. One cold Thursday night in Ramadan, Miriam could not sleep. It was past midnight. Bilal was resting. The house was completely still. She lay in the darkness, and for the first time in a long time, she stopped running from her own thoughts. What is wrong with me? I have so much. Why do I feel so lost? She got up quietly, made wudu, and prayed 2 rakats of tahajjud, something she hadn't done in months. When she finished, and raised her hands in dua, no fancy words came, no beautiful Arabic phrases she had memorized. Just this: Ya Allah, I don't know who I am anymore. I don't know what I'm doing. Please show me the way back to myself and back to you. She sat in that silence for a long time. Then she noticed an old notebook on the shelf, a gift from her mother, never open. She picked it up, sat at the kitchen table, and began to write. She didn't plan what to write. She simply wrote what was true. I am tired of performing. I am tired of feeling like everyone else understands life except me. I feel disconnected from Allah, from Bilal, from my students, I don't remember the last time I felt genuine joy. She wrote for 15 minutes, 3 full pages, and when she stopped, something remarkable had happened. She felt lighter, not because the problems had disappeared, but because she had finally looked at them directly, without flinching, without hiding. She had laid them on the page, as if laying them before Allah, and there was relief in that honesty. She closed the notebook and slept. The next morning, she woke before Fajr. She prayed. Then she opened the notebook again. This time she wrote not about her pain, but about her longing. I want to feel Allah close again. I want to be a teacher my students remember, not for my marks, but for my character. I want my home to feel like a place of warmth and light. I want to be present. I want to be real. She wrote 3 pages every morning, right after Fajr, before her phone, before the news, before the noise of the world could fill the space that was meant for reflection. By the end of the first week, Miriam noticed something. She was more patient in the classroom. When a student acted out, she responded calmly, instead of reacting from exhaustion. Her students began to settle. They sensed something had shifted in her, a quiet steadiness they had not seen before. By the second week, something changed at home. One morning, after writing, she sat with Bilal over breakfast and said, I haven't been present. I've been carrying so much without telling you. I'm sorry. Bilal set down his cup. He listened. He spoke honestly, too. They talked for an hour, the longest real conversation they'd had in years. It was not dramatic. It was not perfect. But it was true. And truth, they both discovered, is where connection begins. By the third week, Miriam's relationship with her dean had quietly deepened. Because every morning before she wrote about her worries, she began writing what she was grateful for. 3 things, simple things. The sound of rain at Fajr, the smell of warm bread, the fact that I woke up at all. Gratitude, she discovered, is not a feeling that comes on its own. It is a muscle, and writing trained it. At the end of 30 days, Miriam read back through everything she had written. She barely recognized the woman in those early pages, not because that woman was broken, but because she had been so afraid to. Be honest. And somewhere in the daily practice of showing up, of being truthful with herself and with Allah, she had found her way back. The Prophet, peace be upon him, said, "Verily, actions are by intentions." Miriam had spent years acting, teaching, smiling, functioning without intention. The notebook gave her back her intention. Every morning, she would ask herself, who do I want to be today? What do I want to give today? What does Allah want from me today? And those questions written quietly in the stillness before sunrise slowly became the compass of her life. You do not need a perfect life to begin. You do not need expensive therapy, or a retreat, or a complete reset. You need what Miriam had: a notebook, 15 minutes, and the honesty to write what is actually true. Here is your 30-day challenge. Step 1, get a physical notebook, not your phone, a real pen, real paper. There is something about writing by hand that connects the heart differently. Step 2, every morning, after Fajr or before the world wakes up, write 3 pages. Anything, your fears, your hopes, your prayers, your confusion. No editing, no judgment, just truth. Step 3, begin each entry with 1 line of gratitude and end with 1 intention for the day. Watch what happens. Do this for 30 days without stopping, not even weekends. I promise you, by day 31, you will not recognize yourself. Not because you changed who you are, but because you finally met who you always were. If this story spoke to something inside you, share it with someone who needs it today. And if you are ready to take the 30-day challenge, comment below with 1 word: begin. That 1 word might be the most important thing you write all year. May Allah grant us all clarity, presence, and the courage to be honest with ourselves.